Hi, Genki Call here for the week of December 13th, 2021. We are back in Nexus. I know of a couple of things that are in here. I haven't looked myself, but I heard about a couple of things. And ooh. All right, first let's go over these legendaries. First of all, we have the Summer Imp, who is one of the seasonal imps and only available in the summertime usually, unless he's in the Soulforge. Does some scatter damage, create some red gems. If an enemy dies, gain 8 magic. The thing that's the gimmick with the imps is this final trait. Gain 8 magic on whatever gem match the imp uses. And that is huge if you are on a looping. If you're on a looping team, that can be huge. The winter imp is my personal favorite because he does true damage. But this could be used with Shabanu Vespera and be very successful with Shabanu Vespera because there will be so many yellow matches. So keep that in mind. However, as always, I have to give you the information that I generally do not recommend crafting legendaries. They're 800 diamonds. Those could be going towards mythics or weapons that you really need to get the power level up in a kingdom. So unless you really need a legendary to get the power level up in a kingdom, or if it's something you desperately want, you already have a team ready to go for it, like let's say you want to do the Mother of Darkness Captain Macaw rogue team and you just are missing Captain Macaw, that might be a reason to use 800 diamonds if you want it badly enough. But generally speaking, I don't recommend spending your diamonds on these guys. The Umber Wolf he's okay. Um, he's going to cast a spell and he's going to transform into a Nosferatu, which is useless if you don't have the Nosferatu at level 20 and, leveled up and traded. And then the Nosferatu can turn into a bat swarm and, you know, it's okay. It's not great. I would absolutely not recommend going out of your way to get this guy personally. Magnus, I like a lot. He does damage to all enemies, boosted by diseased and poisoned enemies, and he will disease and poison all enemies when he casts. Also, I really like this inflict a random status effect on 4+ gem matches. That can be really fun. Just at the randomness of it, he may death mark them, he may freeze them, he may, you know, do whatever to them. You never know what he's going to do. And that makes him not fun to fight, but he's fun to have on your team. And then Willow, I really like Willow for delving. Destroys a row, does damage to all enemies, boosted by brown gems destroyed. So if you destroy a row with a bunch of brown gems on it, you're going to have, for each brown gem you destroy, you're going to get an extra 3 damage to each enemy. I do like that. All beast allies gain life on 4+ gem matches, skull reduction, immune to entangle, which is significant actually at this point because we have a new troop coming in on December 24th that's going to do triple skull damage to entangled enemies. Just so you know. Oh, it's going to be fun to use. It's not going to be fun to fight. All right, but again, I don't recommend any of these troops for diamonds personally. That's my recommendation. Now, I want Yasmin's Chosen. I want her because I don't have a mythic for Forest of Thorns and I need one to get my power level up. However, I do not have 4,000 gems, so it is a moot point. But she does scatter damage boosted by entangled enemies. Once again, we've got entangle mentioned here, and create some green gems, 10 green gems. Even if she's webbed and has a 0 magic, she's still going to create 10 green gems. And she entangles a random enemy when matching green. So she would be something that you could use if, for instance, you have leveled up Elementalist and you really want that entangle. Here is an option that could still get you entangle on match 4s. Zythenos, Zul'Goth, always here. Obsidius, I got him recently. I got really lucky with some keys and I pulled Obsidius recently. He does heavy splash damage, so You can see right here, heavy, well, it says on the right hand side, heavy splash damage will do damage to an enemy, and then each enemy nearby will get 75% of that damage. And then the light splash damage will do a quarter to the adjacent troops. He destroys a 5x5 block of gems, which means as if they were matched, which is very nice. It's just going straight into your team's mana. This is what has always been amazing about Obsidius, I think, is the fact that he will stun all enemies on 4+ gem matches, period, just like that. Stun them all. Stunning them means that they will not be able to use their traits. So, like Queen Beatrix, whose third trait is Royal Honey, which will cleanse the entire team if they have any negative status effects, she can't do that if she's stunned. It's gone. Those traits are gone until they're no longer stunned. And he does have 50% skull damage reduction, which is fantastic. He summons a Death Storm when one of them dies. That will feed right back into his own mana. He is a good troop. I have not learned to love him yet. I haven't had enough time to get to know him. However, Mistralis is a different story. And by happenstance, last night I uploaded a Mythic Spotlight on Mistralis, so I will put a link to that here at the end of the video so that you can check out some teams that I put together. The team codes are in the description as always. And here's why I love Mistralis. Let me go over her spell first, and then I'll get to it. So she does splash damage, just regular splash damage. So she'll hit one troop, and anything nearby will get half that damage. Then she might cast one time, she might cast 4 times. It's random, and you never know what she's going to do. But for certain, she's going to jumble the board, and you'll get an extra turn, which means that when you get that extra turn, you might have a match 4 and be able to keep going and loop, which is great, especially because when you get a match 4, every one of your troops gets enchanted. And that is the big thing about Mistralis, this enchant on match 4+ for your entire team. That is huge. And the reason I love her is because she's so useful. She is so useful in so many teams. I think that this is a great mythic for people that are newer. I think this would be a great first mythic because she is so helpful with the enchant and with the extra turn that she gets. Just really, really impressed with this troop. Is she the best mythic in the game? No, but she is very useful, and I do love that about her. Amarok is in here, and Amarok is an interesting one. He is one that devours. He does a little bit of damage to an enemy. He has a 2% chance to devour them, boosted by red gems and burning enemies. So if you have something with you that will, well, he burns and stuns. Now, I do love that. He burns and stuns a random enemy when matching 4+ gems. So the stun, which we discussed with Obsidius, is very useful. The burn is going to boost his own spell. So if all 4 of them are burning, then that's an extra 16% chance to devour right there. Plus whatever red gems are on the board. If there are 15 red gems on the board, you're getting a high chance to devour. So if you take this in with a team that creates a lot of red, you have a good chance of devouring your enemies. He's not like High King Irongut where you can have the perfect gauge. You'll know exactly what percentage chance you have based on your attack. This is different, and he is a good troop, and he is very effective, but he's not a favorite of mine, and I don't know why. I haven't gotten into using Amarok personally. I think he's a good mythic. I don't think he's a great one, but I do like that he has skull damage reduction by 50%, which means he makes a great tank at the front of your team, especially since if you do manage to kill or devour an enemy, he's going to create 9 red gems, which will feed right back into himself, and you might get a match 4 out of it. So you'll burn some more enemies and stun them. It's just really useful on the right team. So he is a good troop. He is from Broken Spire. So if you need a mythic for that kingdom, he is a useful one. And then these two are always here. Now, for the weapons, dum-da-dum, Vulcan's Mace. I do not recommend crafting this because you can get it in the raid boss shop for gems instead of spending your diamonds. So, unless you're short on gems, I would recommend getting it in the shop over there. And that is it. And Trick and Treat is still here. I can't believe it. It was not supposed to be here this long. Trick and Treat is seasonal. It when it goes out of the Soulforge, it will be gone until next Halloween time, so October of next year. So if you're wanting this, if you've got the 5 devil cards that you need, you need to craft it sooner rather than later because this is going to disappear from the Soulforge here pretty soon. I don't know when they're planning to do it. Maybe they forgot. I don't know. But let me show you where you can get Vulcan's Mace real quickly here after I grab my tributes because that's very important. 24 gems. Ooh, shiny. Yay. All right. So to get Vulcan's Mace, go into Raid Boss, head into the shop, and you can get it on the 3rd tier right here. And this is what it does. Damage to an enemy boosted by Nexus allies, then creates a mix of 6 red and brown gems for each Nexus ally with a ×6 boost ratio. So I don't know how I feel about it, but I'm going to get it because I need it and because, I enjoy Raid Boss. So anyway, that is my Soulforge video for you for this week. I will be back with Raid Boss shortly. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!